And good evening and welcome to another edition of The Way We See It. My name is Ralph Williams and my co-host Billy Cannata. Bill, how are you today? Welcome to the show.
Thank you always, brother, for having me. And welcome all viewers and listeners. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right. Tonight, I tell you what, folks, we have a phenomenal show as we do every week. I have, again, some more stuff that the progressives are doing that are stupid, okay? And if this is what you think you want to do, then keep voting for these progressives. And I have a few other things, too, in regards to this, to the county executives race. And wait till you hear this one. All right. But that's coming up later on. All right. Right now, I want to introduce to you the First Line Consulting Services studios, 1-877-926-6982. That's 1-877-926-6982 is the number to call. Give them a call today because they will create you a website. They are a studio sponsor here for all RW Media shows, and they will put up a website for you. They will manage it, and they will also put up all music and videos and give you one low monthly price. So call First Line Consulting Services Studios today, 1-877-926-6982 is the number to call. All right. Also, I want to talk today a little bit about the cover band Bon Journey. Bon Journey will be performing November 8th at the Rivers Casino at the Drum Bar. All right. They will be performing at the Rivers Casino November 8th at the Drum Bar. And then November 18th, they will be at the 31 Bar and Grill. And Bill, you know who owns that?
Isn't it Rome? Yeah, is it your Rome,
What's
Dennis?
that? Yeah. No, the 31 Bar and Grill down in Bridgeville. No, it's owned by Kenny Reckett.
No, I don't know.
Former Penguin goalie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he owns that. Yeah. So,
That's cool.
So, but they're going to be down there November 18th at the 31 Bar and Grill in Bridgeville. So check out Bon Journey. And tonight, the first thing we're going to get started is with our Blast segment. And our Blast segment is brought to you by one of our new sponsors tonight. And our new sponsor is Mata Heating and Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You ought to call Mata. So it's Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 724-201-0500. They do geothermal, and they do furnaces. They do radiant floors. They do humidifier, service contracts, heat pumps, air conditioning, snow melt, air cleaners, and UV lighting. So get a hold of Mata Heating and Air Conditioning today. That number 724-201-0500. Ask for Bill. Tell them you heard it on this program. They're our new sponsor, and they are sponsoring our Blast segment tonight, right here on The Way We See It. So, anyway, Bill, hang on one second here. I got to do something real quick. Oh yeah, here we go. Can't go without this.
You didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
That's right. You better call somebody. You just better call them and call them right now. That's right. You better call them and get them here to watch this program tonight. Mike is already up on, and he says, good evening, guys, and good evening to you, Mike, as well.
Good evening. Good evening, Mike.
All righty. And now our Blast segment brought to you by Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. All right. Our Blast segment tonight, the people who were part of a funeral party who did not pay $549 restaurant bill. Why in the world would you rip off a restaurant? You had a funeral there. You were there because you were grieving, and then you go ahead and you rip off this restaurant of $549. They were a funeral party. They didn't pay the bill. They walked out and didn't pay the bill.
Maybe they forgot their checkbook, brother. They went back to their funeral.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but yeah, that's the way we see it tonight. Next, the progressive district justice who let a squatter live in some guy's house. All right, listen to this, folks. This is another example. We'll talk later about the progressives. But I'm blasting this district justice tonight because once again, it's another Xander Orenstein, but it was not Xander Orenstein. It was a different district justice who happens to be one of these progressive Democrats who gives dollar bails and all that other crapola, okay? And he went ahead and he decided that he was going to let this squatter live in this guy's home. All right, this guy went on vacation. He came back 2 weeks after his vacation, found someone living in his home who broke into his house. He went to the judge. He said to the judge, look, this guy's squatting in my house. You know what the judge says? He can stay there. He has rights. Wow. This is the progressives, folks. That's the way we see it tonight. Next, the person who had 32 cats and couldn't take care of them. Horrible. You know what? This bill, this makes me sick, and I think it makes you sick too, when they have to keep taking pets out of people's homes because they don't know how to take care of them. And it's not one pet, it's 1,000 pets, it's 30 pets, it's 100 pets. Why do you people keep on doing this? That's why I'm blasting you tonight. 32 cats, and now you overflowed the Westmoreland County Humane Society. Thank you for doing that because you're an idiot, and that's the way we see it tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. The lady who scammed people out of money on a GoFundMe page for $40,000, and she said she had cancer. I'm blasting you tonight, lady, for doing that. Okay. Why would you falsely say you had cancer? You get $40,000 and put it in your own pocket, and you didn't do it. You know what? Shame on you for that. That's sad. That's sick. And that's the way we see it tonight. All right. Next, county council. Get this now. We're going to talk about this later on, too. County council wants to start a plastic bag policy, just like the city. All right. And now it's causing all kinds of confusion, all kinds of heartache, and everything else. We'll talk about that later, too. But get this, county council and their progressive Democratic infinite wisdom has decided they want to start a bag policy. That's the way we see it tonight. I'm blasting them for that tonight. All right. McDonald's now is charging 10 cents for a paper bag if you're in the city of Pittsburgh because of this new bag policy. McDonald's claims it's the city of Pittsburgh. The city of Pittsburgh said they never told McDonald's they had to do this. So somebody's lying here, and I don't like this. McDonald's in the city of Pittsburgh. Do not go to a McDonald's in the city. You will get charged 10 cents for a paper bag. If you're ordering a Big Mac, you're ordering something, you don't want a paper bag, you just tell them you don't want it. They'll hand it to you straight up, or bring your own bags. All right. I got a solution to this problem, and I got a solution for everyone tonight that a lot of people do not know, Bill. But I will tell them tonight. They will know because I will tell them tonight.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
You know, there's always a will, there's a way, and I have a will and a way to get around all this. All right. Our blast segment was brought to you by our brand new sponsor tonight, Mata. Heating and air conditioning. Don't forget to call them today, 724-201-0500. Geothermal furnaces, radiant floors, humidifiers, service contracts, heat pumps, air conditioning, snow melt, air cleaners, and UV lighting. They've been in this business a long time. Give them a call today. Ask for Bill, 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. All right. So anyway, next, our next thing is our Bonehead segment, which is brought to you today by another new sponsor we have, and that is the P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. Call today, 412-965-6578, and get your appointment in right away to P6 Auto Detailing. They are the experienced professional detailing your car, and they will do a great job on your car. They are professionals. They've been around a while. Give them a call. P6 Auto Detailing, 412-965-6578. All right, Bill, it's time for my favorite segment of the night, our boneheaded segment. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. A New York City cop who came to work drunk in the precinct in his underwear. He gets a double one tonight for that. You know what I mean? A man who left his wife in a truck stop bathroom and drove 100 miles away before realizing he left her at the truck stop bathroom. I don't know if I want to pick her up after keeping her at the truck stop bathroom. Oh, my. Here we go. Speaking of Home Depot, here we go. Home Depot employees who got caught embezzling $1.2 million wait a minute, hold on a minute. In 15-month plan. They ended up embezzling $1.2 million in a 15-month plan.
Oh my.
All right. A man arrested for posting his here we go. Posing as a store manager. A man was arrested for posing as a store manager and getting the clerk to deposit cash into his private cash account. All right. A barista who accidentally charged someone $1,400 instead of $14. The couple in Las Vegas who had their child stealing stuff out of stores. All right. And
The kids in, make it a family thing.
for that. Remember them immigrants I told you about 2 weeks ago that they had their kids stealing out of Altus
Yes.
here? Same situation down in Vegas.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother or Uncle Joe. Keep letting them foreigners come into our country. Just keep on doing it.
There it is. That's it. Easy.
A Missouri man robs a Steak and Shake and gets scammed on a car. He takes the money from the Steak and Shake that he robbed. And he went to go buy a car and he got scammed. A bride. Here we go. This will work for you and I. All right. A bride exposes her fiance's affair to the wedding party after her family hid the affair.
Oh my
Her
God!
family knew about the affair and then hid it. All right, here we go. Just got this news before we came on the air, Bill. Are you ready? Number 39. Someone caught again at the airport with a gun trying to get through security.
Oh, people so
Yep.
stupid.
Another one.
Gosh. Why?
All right. Our Bonehead segment was brought to you in part tonight by our new sponsor, and I want to thank them for being our new sponsor, P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. Call them today, 412-965-6578. Let the professionals detail your car. The professionals at P6 Auto Detailing. That number again, 412-965-6578. P6 Auto Detailing. All right, we're in the First Line Consultant Services studios, and you can call 1-877-926-6982 to get your website built from First Line Consulting Services studios. Our next segment, which is going to be brought to you in part by today, Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858. Call Sleep Pittsburgh today. If you need a bed, mattress, or anything, give them a call today at 412-462-7858, 8th Avenue in Homestead. On your way out to Kennywood for the Halloween thing you do, well, guess what? Stop at Sleep Pittsburgh on your way out there, right on 8th Avenue. Make some extra time. Stop in, check out their inventory. They have day beds. They have lift chairs. They have bunk beds. They have mattresses. Anything related to sleep, they have. So give them a call. Again, 412-462-7858, sleeppittsburgh.com. And also, they have no credit check financing. Sleep Pittsburgh for the best sleep tonight. All right. Our next segment, which is brought to you by Sleep Pittsburgh, ridiculousness. Okay, you ready, Bill?
I'm ready, brother.
A Florida man who was fired because he introduced his boyfriend to his boss.
Oh my gosh.
The man was gay. The man was gay, and he introduced his boyfriend to his boss, and he got fired.
Here comes another lawsuit right there.
Oh, I know. Oh, that's some big time ridiculousness. Why would you do that to this guy? You know, you get these people, Bill, they're managers in these places, and they have no idea about labor laws. They need to look into labor laws. I mean, you know,
You're
that's
right.
a federal offense right there.
Yep.
Couple decided to take back their $80 wedding gift when the bride and the groom yelled at the couple for not taking food home.
Okay.
Delivery driver who did not give someone their groceries because they didn't tip.
Oh my gosh.
They took their groceries and took it back to the store because they didn't tip.
Oh man,
That's some ridiculousness right there.
waste of
All
food
right,
right there, brother.
oh yeah, two elderly couples who were put on a restraining order after trying to now this is some ridiculousness right here. This elderly couple here, it was in another state, was put on a restraining order because they constantly complained to the police about their neighbors with loud music at odd hours of the night.
Oh,
That's some ridiculousness right there. But anyway, our ridiculousness segment is brought to you by Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858 for the best sleep tonight. Call Sleep Pittsburgh today. Tell them you heard it right here on this program. All right, our key topics for tonight, Bill, and we have a lot of them. But first, before we came on the air, Bill, we did talk about how the progressives, and I'm going to have until the election my progressives report. Okay. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to report to you and everyone else about what the progressives are doing to ruin our country. They're not only ruining our country, to ruin our county, to ruining our city. Okay.
yes, yes.
Ed Gainey was on tonight with Andy Sheehan on KDK. They did a walkthrough of downtown. Okay. Now, Andy Sheehan was very, very angry about the fact that Ed Gainey wouldn't take him down near First Avenue and Grant because he didn't want him to see that homeless camp that's set up down there. All right. Now, Thursday, I was over on the north side, and I am pleased to say that the camps that were over there by Nova Place, the old Allegheny Center, have been cleaned up. They've cleaned up thoroughly. There's no trash. There's no anything over there. All right. But he even admitted it, that he's a progressive Democrat, and that the progressives' idea of not tearing down these homeless camps is to make sure that they have a place. Okay, so before they displace them, that's the progressive idea of what's going on. He admitted it tonight to Andy Sheehan, right on KDK. All right, what's your thoughts on this, Bill?
Well, yeah, it takes us back to what was it? Our first or second week we were talking about it when I think it was Marty Griffin,
Yeah,
who was over there, and
I
how
got
you
some
said
news for you about that too. Yeah,
how you said to me and everybody else that they didn't know that there was a brand new establishment built for homeless people. So that fast forwards it to here. So more homeless people, more people to overcrowd the streets, and yet there was a facility that was built that nobody knew about, was
right.
supposed to know about, but
Yeah,
nobody knew
the one
about.
on Ridge Avenue.
See, why I say this and I bring it up to today is because I think it was a shadow. They wanted to shadow over that part. He was doing everything to keep him out of, would you say, First Avenue, right?
Yeah, away from First
Yeah,
Avenue and
yeah.
Grant Street. Yeah.
So
But there's a homeless camp there. I mean, it's so obvious Stevie Wonder can see it.
well, this is the thing, and letting him even to see more and more, and I bet you that it's probably had gotten bigger since the last time we have talked because homeless things just don't go away overnight, you know.
Right.
So I'm thinking he was just trying to cover that up, just because he knew something was going on, brother. Come on,
Right.
he knew something. If he kept redirecting, or if he kept directing the question to him, and he tried to keep redirecting it, or try to get off that and go to another subject because I didn't see it, but that's what it
Right.
sounded like. I think I think there was something more than just, well, no, we're not going to go over there today because we're working on it, we're doing this, and not seeing the job that he's supposed to be doing to be seeing, to try to, or at least moving into the direction of cleaning up the place, which I don't think has even moved, probably no more than a couple inches, if you ask me.
Well, he walked everybody around with the cameras. Andy Sheehan did. They walked around with the mayor and Maria Montalano or whatever her name is, who don't return my phone calls. To have the mayor on this program or any of my programs at this point. So I gave up on it. Because they don't return my phone calls down there. I am
Right.
part of the media. I mean, they do send me media stuff. I mean, I could attend their rallies downtown, or when the mayor speaks, I can go down there and, or whatever. But Andy Sheehan has asked him tough questions before, has asked Mayor Gainey. And it turns out that him and the police chief, they all walked around. He's, oh, look what I did here on Smithfield Street. I put a party here and we're cleaning it up. And I got the clean team running around and we're doing this and we're doing that. People are coming downtown. You know what? He put up this big smoke screen and I'm angry with him about it because I don't think that that's the way the mayor of a city should act. And he lied about a bunch of stuff. He said, look at all these coffee shops and restaurants, business is picking up. People are coming back downtown for entertainment. They're coming back downtown. You know what, Mayor? I don't know what you're looking at, but from what I understand, that's not the case. People are downtown. They're leaving straight and going right home, jumping in their car. They're not going to these restaurants and stuff because they're scared, because they're afraid they're going to get mugged, okay, or whatever downtown. They're going to get accosted by a homeless person. I mean, I wasn't scared when I went over to the north side, but I did have a little thought in the back of my mind that if somebody's going to mess with me, I want them to try because they don't want to know what's going to happen to them if they do, because I took the T over because you do know Rhonda fell on Tuesday and hurt her rib. She's got 2 broken ribs and a broken wrist. And she also has a bruised knee. So she couldn't come to the awards banquet with me on Thursday. So I had to go by myself. So I went over on the bus. And what I did was I took the T over, and I got off on the north side and I scootered over on my motorized scooter over to over to Nova Place. It's nice in there. It's an office building. It's an office complex. You remember the old Allegheny Center Mall, what it looked like. But this is beautiful in there. It's really nice. And I went there for this awards banquet for our friends Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, and Smoking Jim Frazier. They were they were nominated for 2 awards for public access TV for the Boxing Awards.
Nice.
They didn't win, but I was there to support them. But I want to congratulate Keith Platt. He does Platt's Point of View on Channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon Cable in Allegheny County. He won an award for the best sports show on PCTV. So congratulations to Keith Platt for that. I want to congratulate him and Al Levine, the talking machine from Bethel Park TV. He won a couple of awards as well. I want to congratulate him as well. But Gary, welcome Gary to the program. We are in free fall as a society, and we're going to be splat real soon. Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be splatting all over the place real soon. Okay. Let me get into some more about these progressives in my progressive report. All right. And we blasted the district justice on the blast segment. And there's a gentleman who has locally here who has a squatter staying in his home. He went on vacation for 2 weeks, and this guy broke into his house and squatted. He called the police, had him arrested. He was in jail for a little while, and I guess he had his preliminary hearing or whatever he had, or his arraignment or whatever. And it was in front of one of these progressive district justices. Here we go again. Another Xander Orenstein, but it wasn't Xander Orenstein. Okay, the information I got, they refused to say who the district justice was because I guess they didn't want this person to get hounded and screamed at, and they're banging on their door from all different media types and everything about this. Well, don't do stupid things, and these things wouldn't happen. Well, it turns out that this district justice, this progressive again and again, here we go. I keep telling everybody, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up about these progressives. Okay, here we are again. He let this guy stay in this guy's home illegally.
It's pretty sad. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost like saying to everybody out there, okay, you can go ahead and take a squat there and be a squatter. And then when the people come off vacation, then you can be a resident. There you go. So happy days. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, well, we'll get arrested and then be allowed to go back and live in the house. That's the sorry part of this whole thing. And it was another one of these progressive district justices. I don't know how much more I can say this to everybody here. And I have nothing against these people, but I have a problem when they do stupid things like this. This is what the progressive Democrat movement is. And if you like it, then shame on you. Because you know why? This is what it's causing. All right. Law enforcement can't get nothing done. All right. I'll give you an example about landlords now. Remember Nick Pappas?
Yes.
Remember him? Okay.
Yes.
Well, Nick Pappas got in trouble for something. And he got in trouble about that guy who killed that Uber driver out in Monroeville and left her in the woods. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. He was the judge down at city court downtown when the police officers and the sheriff's department and the marshals were going down there to get a warrant for his arrest. He wouldn't sign the warrant. I don't have time. He was busy worrying about this domestic thing hearing that was going on in his courtroom, and he claims he didn't have the time. If they would have been able to arrest him and he would have signed that warrant, that woman wouldn't have got killed.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
This again is another progressive magistrate. He got in trouble for that, big time for that. All right. Because you're supposed to sign warrants immediately, drop everything you're doing and sign the warrants. That's what you're supposed to do. All right. But this guy decided he wasn't going to do that. All right. Again, there's another progressive district justice who let those 60 drug dealers out on $1 bail that the city of Pittsburgh, spent a lot of time rounding up from trying to clean up downtown. And they don't want to see downtown cleaned up. They want to see homeless people living downtown. They claim with all this stuff, Bill, and this is what I found out tonight, and I want your opinion on this. They claim this is freedoms. We're taking away their freedom.
Now, being homeless in a in a situation, any situation, of course, something fell behind in your life, whatever happened, right? In the meantime, though, and again, going a little bit backwards, a little bit about Ed and all that other stuff about him, kind of like shadowing away from, not going down or not taking those people down there, walking around with a camera crew, not going to the point. See, the thing is that and I don't even know, you probably know a lot better, brother, than I do about the new homeless shelter that opened up. Have you heard anything about that? That's number one.
I haven't heard anything more than when they had the ribbon cutting for it.
Okay, so they had the ribbon cutting for it. So then number two, so they're talking about the homeless. This is freedom. I'm a little baffled on that one. I mean, how is that? That's not even. I mean, these people, like I said,
the progressives are calling all this stuff personal freedoms. Right. That they have the right to squat in somebody's house.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
These district justices have a right to put people out on bail on $1.
This is why I'm this whole conversation is confusing because you keep going out one door and back into another, right? And it's just like no matter what you do, we're just going to slap you. You can go and stay in that guy's house. Merry Christmas. There you go. Now these people are downtown Pittsburgh that are homeless. Okay, why are they not being helped to get more and more and more off instead of off and in to someplace even more, secure than out there? Listen, I've heard horror stories about, and this goes all back. I'm sure everybody's out there probably heard something. This was many years ago. There was a guy who was downtown Pittsburgh. I mean, like I said, many years ago. This fits with this commentary that we're talking about here. Guy was downtown Pittsburgh. He was at a Mac machine. His wife was parked. They were like singly parked and on the one way. I think it was Penn Avenue coming in, and he had his blinkers on. Forgot he got the wrong Mac card. He went back in to go get the other Mac card from his wife. When he turned around, he was at gunpoint. So what had happened was in this situation, the guy didn't get shot or anything. Wound up taking the car, and again, it was to the homeless people. So, overtaken by so much to where this guy forgot they got the wrong card. He was going back into the car. His wife gave him the right card. Turned around, he's at gunpoint. How many more gunpoints are you going to be? How many more people are going to be sitting at red lights before their car is going to get jacked by somebody? Now, I'm not saying all homeless people do that, but in a sense, you see what I'm saying? And he's talking about
I understand. Yes,
it just doesn't add up. Somewhere along the line, somebody has broken the rule, the law, whatever, and somebody is definitely not caring. Well, the progressives, they don't give a damn because they're the ones that are saying you can go ahead and do whatever you got to do. Yeah, and we're going to get you out on $1 bail, and you can stay in everybody's house. There you go. But they don't put on the other side.
Do you know Bethany Hallam has gives every month inmates at the county jail get a siphon from the county?
Really?
They get a siphon. So let's say you and I, for some strange reason, end up in jail, down in the county jail. Every month we get I don't know, 30, 50, $100
All right.
every month. So if you've got close to, I think they've got close to over, what did I hear? 3 or 4, 400, 500, 600 beds down there, I think.
Is that
So if
right?
you've got full capacity of the jail, then guess what? You're looking at whatever they get. I don't know what they get every month, but they get a monthly siphon. And she was the one that fought for that.
Wow.
Now, okay, this is the progressives at work. And I'm hearing now if Alvarado decides to become, gets elected county executive, she wants to shut down the county jail. She wants to put voting machines in there for the jail inmates to vote. To vote. Okay.
Yeah, that'll go over like a leaded life vest. Absolutely. That's just no.
And then
Oh my gosh.
and then in the executives race now, she claims that Joe Rocky is against abortion or whatever. Okay, first of all, folks, let me tell you something. And I'm going to say this to you progressive Democrats out here. Okay. Joe Rocky, Sarah Alvarado have nothing to do with abortion issues. All right. Alvarado resigned as a state representative. So she has nothing. That's a state and federal level. So that means Mayor Gainey, Joe Rocky, or whoever becomes county executive, county council people, city council, has nothing to do with abortion. So first of all, Sarah, you need to stop lying and saying that Joe Rocky doesn't stick up for abortion. First of all, Joe Rocky has nothing to do with abortion. That's on a state and a federal level. He can't say that he has no say in what goes on with abortion. So that's another topic of discussion here, is about the fact that that's what they're claiming Joe Rocky is doing. And they're trying to hook him up with Trump. I've even heard him on the radio say, I have nothing to do with Trump. I don't want nothing to do with Trump. So do you see what I'm getting at here, Bill? And remember, when we did that Republican Party, they said that they weren't very happy with Joe Rocky because he wasn't for Trump, okay, which is who the Republicans are putting out there right now for president. All right. So, I mean, so I don't understand where they get this as well. And one other thing here, too, we discussed this earlier. Portland, Oregon was going to defund their police. Okay. The progressives there were going to defund the police. This is why Portland, Oregon is a big mess. Okay. Back in the day, I remember there were people here that were cab drivers and they were leaving to go to Portland, Oregon because it was an up and coming city and the cost of living was way low and everybody was there. Now they can't even keep a Walmart store open and the Targets are closing up too because of theft. You know why? Because they tried to defund the police. And what happened was, Bill, it didn't work out. Now they voted out all these progressives and they're bringing the police department back gradually and they're trying to get the city cleaned up. They got homeless problem that's bigger than LA's. If you're bigger than LA, you got big problems. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Portland is a huge mess. And what I'm saying is that being that they're a mess, it's because of these progressive Democrats again with their defunding of the police. Now, here's another example here of that. Number two, so, and, I've given you some examples here again for everyone out there. And I'm not telling you who to vote for, but take a look at my progressive reports over the weeks leading up to the election and tell me that I'm foolish and I'm crazy or something's wrong with me. What do you think?
All the energy these people are putting into defunding the police, let that go. Leave it alone. You need to come up with a solution that'll increase the police to make it better for people out here and everywhere else. Because just like you said, pretty soon brick and mortar stores, they ain't going to be around anymore. I understand a lot of people do a lot of things off of the internet, but a lot of elderly people and a lot of people who don't know how to use or that sophisticated with that knowledge, they're trying to, but they're not up to speed yet. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. You're going to rip down that dam. And when you rip down that dam, that wall, everything's going to come flooding through and it's going to be free for all. I said it before and I'll say it again, brother. It's going to be just like a Grand Theft Auto, or it's going to be like The Purge. It's going to be any of that stuff. These people need to leave that stuff alone. Defund the police. Yeah. And then what happens when you defund the police and all of a sudden your window gets broken? and people are starting to invade you. And what are you going to do? Who's the very first thing you're going to reach for the phone, and you're going to go ahead and try to call the police? But guess what? The police ain't in because you took away. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right.
It just leave that alone. You people need to go ahead and stop trying to take over everything.
Exactly.
Because it's going to not look good, and it's not going to come out for you people good. It really is
No,
not.
it's not. It's not going to come out at all for people. But I'm going to tell you what, if anybody has any common sense, which I don't think a lot, which common sense you and I both agree have gone out the door a long time ago. So, I mean,
Yes.
and with that, I don't think anybody has any common sense anymore. I think everybody's lost control of themselves. And, a lot of people are too busy out there worrying about drinking booze and smoking pot and, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
They would rather scam people than get a job. I saw a McDonald's today out in North Hills, $15 an hour starting pay. Now, here's my next question before we get into our key topics. I want to know where all these fast food workers are that bitched. I'm talking bitched. Every year they have a rally, Bill, where they rally for $15 an hour. And here it is.
Now they got it. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. They want it. They want more. I think they want to go.
They wanted
it. Go ahead.
They wanted it. They got it. And now nobody's there.
That's because they want those the first wall who was bitching about the $15 for them to achieve that. Now they said, well, if they go a little bit longer to make it a $17 or $18, then maybe we'll jump in it. But see, the thing is, kids don't want to work. And I just wish these jobs were around at that much of a salary when both of us were growing up, or for anybody out there who's growing up.
I would have worked at McDonald's in 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Absolutely. What was that? I went into Sheets the other day to go get some gas. Manager, $17.50 starting out. And then it went all the way up to assistant or whatever. Because they were looking for managers and assistant managers, what they were looking for. And then I went to the post office the other day to go over and get my mail. Just to stand behind the desk is $18 an hour. And then inside, working the inside of post, $22.50 an hour. That doesn't. Wow. That's not including a carrier or anything like that. That's what they have posted on their door. So it's like, wow. And this is just a lazy world anymore. Nobody wants to do
it's terrible. It's disgusting.
Everybody wants to have everything handed to them, and they don't want to learn. That's the problem. The learning process. It's not about the laziness is that go get your knowledge. And if you seek your knowledge, but if you don't seek your knowledge, then your laziness is going to take over and say, well, maybe I could become this or maybe I could become that. But yet, if you don't want to put the time into it, you're trying to jump from A to C and not the B part. You have to walk that line, bro. You have to walk that line to get where you got to get, and to make sure when you get to C that you're going to be secure enough that you got what you got from A to B to get to C more secure, and that's where you want to go. Instead of just everybody giving you something. That's what this is. It's about, and it's so sad. It really is so sad. And I know a lot of viewers out there, a lot of listeners, they went through the same thing, and whatever, how we went through the same thing with if jobs were readily available at that price, man, when I was going through, I wouldn't have that would have been golden. That would have been golden.
Yeah. $15 an hour at the McDonald's out in North Hills, and they can't even find people. But then I'm hearing that these places are paying that kind of money, but they're not hiring you full time. They're only hiring you like part time. So it's really not working out for you. You know what I mean? You really can't make any money with that.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah. I hear a lot of service jobs are doing that. My caregiver, Brian, he told me a buddy of his took a bartending job down on the south side. They were paying $15 an hour for the bartending job, but he's only getting 2 hours a night.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what these slick employers are doing to do this. All right. We're getting into our key topics now, brought to you by Draft 412. $9 a month, folks. $9 a month. And you get all the draft coverage you need from draft412.com. Get on their website today. They will send you an e-magazine in your inbox for $9 a month, and they give you all the skinny on everything connected with the draft, current athletes they think will be in the draft or whatever. get a hold of them today, draft412.com. We're in the First Line Consulting Services studios, 1-877-926-6982. Call them today. Get your website drawn up as well. All right. We are going to go into our key topics. Some of them we already covered with this progressive stuff. But the homeless camp on the south side, I have an update for you on that, Bill. There was a fire there recently, and believe it or not, Marty Griffin went up there with a crew, and he filmed it on his Facebook page, and they cleaned it up.
Okay.
The city cleaned it up. They actually cleaned the whole thing up. They're all the people that were there are gone. Now, on the other side of where the homeless camp was, there's two couples living in tents behind the storage place under the Wyndham Bridge. But get this, they're not drug dealers. They're clean people. They just they lost their jobs or whatever, and they're homeless right now. So they're living in tents right behind the storage place. They don't bother nobody. And now the church that makes the pierogies there can finally reopen. And because they had to lock that place up because they were stealing stuff from the church, these homeless people causing problems in there, destroying stuff. I mean, so they had to close it up. And then people that were going there for the pierogies were getting robbed and beaten up, and their cars getting destroyed or whatever, by these homeless people. And and these drug dealers that are up there. So with that, what I think happened was, I can't pinpoint it and nobody's talking right now, but my estimation is that the city of Pittsburgh, because I heard this from a member of our church who's connected with the mayor's office, and he told me that Larry Scarrato, the chief of police, knows about that homeless camp, and I think he went up there and he squeezed them out, those homeless people, and on their way out, they decided to put the place on fire to get rid of all the bike evidence and all that. Because remember, we talked about how they had all the bike carts and all the bike pieces and all that up there. So
I sure do.
What I think happened was, I think it was their last hurrah, and they decided to torch it. So that's what they did, and now they're gone. And the city's cleaning it up, and they're roping it off or whatever, barricading it off, so nobody can go up there and do that again. But I do know one thing, though. The question here, Bill, and I want your thoughts on this. Do you think the city will keep it up and cleaning it up like this?
See, that's the thing. They burned it. I know they burned it down, and it's all gone now. So, but I was going to just fire this back at you. So, what happens now if they roped it off and they're cleaning up and they got all cleaned up? Don't you think that the homeless people are going to go back there since it's going to be even cleaned up? That's number one. But then number two, are they going to be cited for trespassing?
Well, that's the question, and no one knows because no one's talking. Nobody's given any answers as to whether or not the city's going to enforce it, or if they're going to take out the porta potties, or because they had two porta potties up there for them, and
well, with the porta potty situation and stuff like that, that's not really going to make a big. I mean, it's going to make a difference somewhat, but not a bigger difference. These people are homeless guys. So they don't care if there's a porta potty or not. If there's a nearby tree and some good foliage around there and, and all that other stuff, that's where you're going to go. However, but they cleaned it up. But just like you said, it's a bouncy question. When they go back there, and there's no doubt they probably will go back. There's just no doubt. Not probably they will go back, but then are they going to be cited for homeless or for trespassing?
Well, see, there's a law that states that you need to be that you can be cited for that, and they just came up with an ordinance, City Council, about 2 months ago, that says that you cannot put up any kind of tent encampment in the city at all, on city property at all. So I mean, so
it's all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So but see, the problem is they don't enforce these laws. And that's what the biggest problem is, because we have this progressive mayor. We don't want to, and this progressive city council and county council, we don't seem to want to do anything about anything.
Well, see, that's the thing. Since they cleaned it up after they destroyed it by burning it, right? And of course they're gonna go back there. But then again, just like you said, they're not enforcing it. Again, just turn your backs and let everybody go back in. And what's going to happen? 2, 3. They're spending all these hundreds of thousands of dollars to got that all cleaned out of there. And wouldn't you want to do that if you were homeless, brother?
Yeah, I'd go back. I'd go back up there because all the troublemakers are gone. Some of the ones I heard, there was some fights up there. I heard there was a bunch of stuff going on up there. Stealing from each other. I mean,
So why wouldn't you?
So,
You know, it's almost like a
yeah,
brand new place for them to start all over again, right? Yeah, but
right,
then
right.
again, you know what's going to happen? It's going to go all. It's going to what's 2 to 6 months down the road. It's going to happen all over again. They're going to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and pretty soon it's not going to be so happy anymore.
You're not
You
going to
know
win any battles here. You're
exactly. I
not
mean,
going to win any
everything.
battles.
I didn't mean to say happy, but you know that it's not going to be just so easy. I guess. I guess what I was the roads are the words I'm rooting for is just so easy for all
Right.
that because eventually they're going to just get tired of saying, "Hey, look, this is city people's money. This is what they're doing, and it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to clean this up every time we do this. Now this is the third time. You know, I'm just looking in the future now.
Yeah.
But what is you know how you can I just I'm stuttering because
They're
it's one of
supposed to
those.
fence it off, and they're supposed to try to enforce it up there to keep it clean.
But
Now, but again, there's no answers here. Nobody knows what they're going to do after they clean it up. You know
so
what I mean?
even
That's
right
just conjecture. You know?
exactly. But then so even though if they would go ahead and fence, that's going to cost more money there. Don't you think those people are going to get around that? Come on, guys. These
Yeah.
guys are homeless. They're doing anything out here to survive. They're
Oh,
homeless.
absolutely.
If they want to be there, they're going to do everything to be there. Especially if they fence it off, just say and say Mary and Joe find a way back in there, and they keep recovering their steps, so nobody knows that they're even in there. But then it catches around where it catches around. That's where they're at. People are going to go back up. That fence ain't going to have a chance. Then they're going to rip that down. You know, it's just it's a revolving door, brother. That's a revolving door with a question that you like you said nobody's given no any answers or any
Nobody.
leadway to this.
Nobody.
So
Right.
this is you know, maybe they know something more. And I always say this too. I know that they know more on the inside. You're just not feeding us the information to, you know, kind of clear everything up. Maybe they're
Yeah,
hoping it'll go
exactly.
away on their maybe they're hoping it'll go away on its own before they have to say, hey, let's go ask Ed a question, Ed Gainey a question, or this and that and so forth. You know,
Oh, he was ducking all the tough questions today by Andy Sheehan, Bill.
that's what I'm telling you. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
He's like
You know,
staying
I've
away
seen him
from.
get ignorant with Andy already
Oh, did you
because
really?
Andy asked him tough
Oh,
questions more than just today. I mean,
okay.
you know, so anyway, let's talk about the city bag ordinance, the plastic
Oh,
bag thing, all kinds of confusion. Nobody knows what's going on. That's because, again, here we are back to this again. Nobody listens, nobody pays attention, and you get these people out here, oh, I don't read the newspaper and I don't watch the news because it's depressing. Well, if you would have watched the news and you would have read the newspaper, or you would have done something with your cell phone other than call somebody up and scream at them and call them names, okay, out loud so everybody can hear it, you might know what's going on with the bag ordinance, okay? You are permitted to buy, you are not allowed to have any more of those blue bags in any of these stores or any of them plastic bags at all. They have to give you a paper bag. They'll give you a paper bag, but you got to pay 10 cents. If you're on EBT or special assistance or whatever, you don't pay for your bags, okay? Your brown bags. All right. I went to the Dollar General and I found, down the street here, and they gave me a brown bag. And I actually kind of liked it because when I put my stuff on my scooter, it doesn't fall out. It stays inside the bag. Okay. And the bag stays up straight and it has handles on it that are actually quite nice. I didn't have a problem with my paper bags.
Mhm.
So, and they didn't charge me for them because I'm on, I'm on disability. So, therefore I was able to do this and not have to pay for it. And then now, leading into this, you have McDonald's who in the city of Pittsburgh who claim that the city told them they have to charge 10 cents for a paper bag. If you don't, well, let me ask you this. If I'm going to go to a McDonald's, why do I have to bring my own bags to put my food in other than French fries? Because they said they'll give you a free paper bag if you order French fries. Well, let's say you don't want French fries. I don't always order McDonald's French fries. I just order a burger. You know what I mean? There's times I don't order their French fries. So what are you going to do? Just hand it to me in the container?
it doesn't
You
make
know,
one bit of sense about especially
no.
fast food. That is, that doesn't make not 1 ounce of sense. I'm sorry, people. I mean, you're going to try to spread that because if you go to uh, um, uh, an Aldi's or whatever, or they're charging
Yeah.
you 10 cents for the plastic bag. Well, what the hell are you going to do when you go through the drive-thru? Hey,
Well, not a
listen,
plastic
lady.
bag. They don't even have plastic bags at Aldi's. It's all brown bags unless you bring your own tote bags.
Okay, well, brown tote bags
Yeah.
and all that. But then when you go to the
Yeah.
drive-thru, what are you going to do? Say, here you go, load me up, baby. And I guess it's all
Yeah,
free.
I know.
Everything's
Yeah.
free. I mean, come on. What are you paying? What are you doing here, folks? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, something should be done with the restaurants. They should have some other type of plan. But
Right.
going into a Giant Eagle or a Shop and Save or whatever, you know, stick with that plan. Restaurants, they need to stick with something else. How are they going to charge you when you go there to order your food?
Yeah, that's what McDonald's is doing. The ones in the city, the one up on West Liberty Avenue was charging 10 cents for a paper bag.
That's making no sense.
And now get this now. Everyone's going around saying it's a tax. It's it's a restructured way of saying that we need to tax. So in order to do that, what they're doing is they are doing the plastic bag or the paper bag fee so that they can create a tax, so they don't have to create a tax.
And so this all happened because all of humans voted on this. This is what happened.
I know. All city council voted on this, who have nothing else better to do with their time. I cussed out Erica Strasburger at one council meeting. I said, "You mean to tell me, Erica, you got all the problems in your communities that you represent, and you're worried about plastic bags? Well, we got to worry about our children." Well, yeah, you need to worry about your children who are out there shooting people. You need to worry about opening up Schumann Centers so that they don't shoot people and you can put them in jail. You also need to worry about that before you worried about whether or not our children about plastic bags.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can't agree with you more on that, brother. And you know the way I feel about that. It's crazy.
And now county council wants to do it now. They want to do it throughout Allegheny County. So you have no freedom. And they talk about freedoms. You're taking our freedoms away here with this.
Slowly but surely, it's going bye-byes.
You're taking our freedoms away to progressive Democrats. Here we are now. County council wants to have an ordinance just like the city. Monkey see, monkey do. The city wants to do this, and now the county wants to do it now. So here we are. So that means if I shop at Coons out in North Hills, I can't use a plastic, or I can't get a plastic bag there. I got to pay for a paper bag, or now because it's going to be a county ordinance.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no escape, Bill. No escape at all. None whatsoever. None. There's no escape. None.
Just when you think things are kind of under control, wrong answer. Wrong answer.
Exactly.
People are moving the wrong bricks to create more problems, to make a smaller problem into a way, way bigger problem. That shouldn't even have to be messed with. They should concentrate on the task at hand, just like you told me that I got to concentrate on the task at hand.
Task at hand, yes.
These stupid ass people are going back there, and they are not there. That's like sweeping the big stuff under the carpet, and let's buy with the little things first. People,
right, exactly.
What?
Exactly.
What? It's going to get out of control so fast. The more you swipe the bigger stuff under the carpet, and the little things you got to try to take care of, the bigger things are going to take you over faster than a Cheeto and Amtrak on gin. Let me tell you, and it's going to happen. And they keep doing with their stupidness, and that's what's going to keep worrying about the little shit, about task and all this other stuff, and go to McDonald's and have to pay for your own bags instead of bigger problems that we are facing as country.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm here. We're going to get into our general topics here. We have a few here that we're going to talk about. Brought to you today by Hillcrest Farms in Richmond, Ohio, 45 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh. Call them today, 740-346-5442 or 740-632-2894. For directions, you can go out to the farm. It's a 45-minute drive from downtown Pittsburgh, right up the hill from Steubenville, Ohio. Very nice little community. Hillcrest Farm is a nice place. I've been there a few times. I buy their package deal, $95 for 20 pounds of ground beef. They also have a variety box at $195. You get 4 pounds of burgers, 10 pounds of ground beef, 2 packs of filet mignon, 2 roasts, and 10 steaks. They have a roast beef box for $200. Bill, get this. You can have 7 family meals on Sundays with 7 roasts and 30 pounds of ground beef for $200. 7 roasts.
Awesome.
So, oh yeah, for $200. And then the ground beef box, as I mentioned. You can also get a hold of them at Hillcrest Farms at gmail.com and check out their website, www.hillcrestfarmsohio.com. They are now shipping, so you can order right off the website. You don't have to go to the farm. They are shipping. So no excuse not to get a hold of Hillcrest Farm and Beef today. The best in hay grain beef right from the farm. None of that color stuff or anything else on it at all. Hillcrest Farms, Richmond, Ohio. All right, Bill, we're going to get wrapped up here pretty much with our general topics. Pittsburgh chef booted off a Gordon Ramsay show. Pittsburgh chef was on Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. He was booted off. Apparently, he made a lobster wrong or did something with a lobster, and Gordon Ramsay didn't like it, so he kicked him off. So, the Pittsburgh chef tried to do what he needed to do. Also, Rich Fitzgerald this week took the media on a tour of the new airport construction, and I like what I see pretty much out there. It's going to be a lot easier now to get through the airport. Everything will be done spring of 2025, but they said it's on schedule, and there are some cost overruns due to supply chain issues and due to prices of material going sky high. And so there we are with that. We lost Bill. I guess we'll get him back in a few moments here. But anyway, it was an interesting tour. Rich Fitzgerald, our current county executive who's finishing up his term, is there you go, Bill.
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, Rich Fitzgerald toured the media of the new airport. They said the luggage is going to be better. Going through security is going to be better. Instead of what you'll do is you'll go through security, and instead of taking that train and going all the way across to get to the other side, you walk across a little suspension bridge, and it'll take you right over to your gate, straight over to your concourse. There will be no more that you have to worry about that train and all that, and walking 600 miles. You'll go right from security across a little bridge and straight to your gate, straight to the concourse. Yeah, so but anyway, like I said, that's the airport's looking good. Giant Eagle is having is looking for a new headquarters, Bill. Apparently they're moving out of O'Hara Township. They need to look for a new building. They said a lot of their people are working at home now. So the executive offices, they're looking for a new building. So I want to let everyone know about that as well. And also, Giant Eagle is having another hiring event tomorrow, 11 to 6, in all their stores. They're looking to fill 500 positions. That's 500 positions tomorrow, 11 to 6. Giant Eagle looking for some employees, those of you who want to work. I know there's a lot of you out there that are ex-boxers, don't like to work, don't want to do anything. So nothing against PlayStation or Xbox, but there's too many of you out there who just simply don't want to. There you are, Bill.
Hey, I lost you, bro.
That's okay. Don't worry. But anyway, we're getting ready to wrap things up here. We have a new sponsor, and it's called Mata. You ought to call Mata. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. They have geothermal furnaces. They also do radiant floors, humidifiers, service contracts, heat pumps, air conditioning, snow melt, air cleaners, and UV lighting. So get a hold of Mata Heating and Air Conditioning today, 724-201-0500. Ask for Bill. So ask for Bill, 724-201-0500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, our new sponsor here. All right, Bill, let's get ready to wrap up. Any final thoughts before we leave?
No, guys, have a safe week. Thank you, all you listeners and all your viewers, for checking us out. We do appreciate it. And until next time, catch you later.
All right, every Monday night here, we're here at 7 p.m. It's myself, Bill Cannata, the way we see it. Tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m., Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM, 1230 a.m., live on Beaver County Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on Beaver County Radio's website and on www.rwmedia.org. It's Sports Corner with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier. Our guest tomorrow, Artie Source from Galaxy Sports, who's soon to be one of our new national sponsors on Sports Corner. Artie will be on to talk about football, NFL, college, and talk about baseball as well, the playoffs. And then we have Scott Morganroth coming on from our other national sponsor, the South Florida Tribune, to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, who the Steelers play this coming Sunday. And that'll be an interesting game at home. Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson make their return here to Acrisure Stadium. For Bill Cannata, I am Ralph Williams. Have yourself a great night. Be safe. Talk to you next week. Have a good